Hello, everyone. This is criminal profiler Pat Brown, and I'm here with my third video in 3 days on the Richard Allen case. And that's something I rarely do, but each day has brought some actually fascinating information. So I have to continue to analyze this. On the first day, when the defense team came out with this new theory, not their client, but this poor guy, Brad Holder, they came out with this theory that he was an Odinist, that he, Norse mythology and power of, white supremacists and all that stuff. And that he loved this thing called runes. And the runes are these different symbols in the religion. And he loved them so much, he even took pictures of sticks on the grounds that looked like runes. Oh, my goodness. And so I hadn't seen the actual documentation on the first day. But it was so clear to me what they were doing. Okay. And I said three things. One, they want to say that the police didn't do their job, and therefore the search of his house. In other words, the police didn't look at anybody else like this obvious suspect. So their search of his house was not legal, and they should throw that out. And secondly, they want to introduce a theory to the world and to the future jury. They want to taint the jury because everybody who's ever going to be on this jury is going to see this stuff. And they want to push it into their heads that he didn't do it, that these Odinist guys did. This cult of Odinists committed this horrible sacrifice in the woods, taking two young girls, and it's a pagan sacrifice. Okay, that's their theory. And so I laughed about it because I thought it was so ridiculous. And number three, I thought the reason they're doing this is because the prosecution has a good case. And so Richard Allen, with what the prosecution has, would probably be found guilty unless the defense can come up with some incredible story to dissuade one jury member. How it works. If one jury member goes, it could be a bunch of cultists. Okay. I see some reasonable doubt. He walks. All right. That's what I said the first day. And I had some people got upset with me because they said, I laughed a lot. And they said, well, I shouldn't be laughing at the victims. I'm not laughing at the victims. I'm laughing at the defense theory. I thought it was so ludicrous. Anyway, I also got a complaint that I hadn't actually read the entire documentation. And so I jumped the gun. All right. Well, that's fair enough. So the next day, I didn't know that documentation was going to be re-released because originally they said it wasn't going to be out to the public again. But then there it was. And so I read through all the documents. And then I did my second video, which is an analysis of the entire document. So both of those I'm going to link below, and I'll link the document link as well. And I didn't change my mind on those three things. The one thing I did note was that they pushed and pushed and pushed that anybody who doesn't believe that this was a pagan sacrifice is stupid. It's obvious. It's clear. It's unbelievably, how could you even doubt? There's like 60 different references to how stupid you are if you don't believe this. And they're really pushing that. And why do they keep doing that? Because they want you to believe it. All right. But the one thing I said by the end of that video was, I have not seen, I don't know what the sticks are like on the girls' bodies. So this is the whole claim here is that these Odinists, and this ringleader here, who by the way has an alibi, and I'll tell you why they picked him, okay? But he has an alibi, and and the other three guys they claim might have done something with him. None of them were seen on the trail that day. They wouldn't know when the girls are going to be there. The whole thing is ludicrous. But anyway, they stated that the scene itself was so obvious this was a ritualistic killing because of the way sticks were placed on the girls' bodies. And also, there was blood on a tree that also was ritualistic. In other words, the sticks on the body represented runes. Runes are symbols of the religion. And there's different shapes of these runes. And the ones on the girls' bodies represented one thing, and the rune on the tree that was done in blood represents something else. So I said, okay, I have to say this all sounds stupid as all get out to me. From without even seeing photos or anything, I'm going to say probably their tree branches somebody covered up the bodies with, they started throwing them on there thinking, oh, maybe I'll cover the bodies, maybe I'll start a fire, and then just sort of quit that and just went on the way. That's my belief of probably what the sticks mean. As far as the blood on the tree that they claim is a letter F, which is a rune, I'm thinking it's just somebody grabbed the tree and then just, as they were writing themselves, and then, a couple of fingers went like this and one like that, maybe. But I didn't believe for a minute. If you're going to plan this, and the defense says they planned this, is premeditated, even said they brought one of the branches because there was a saw mark. Oh, come on now. Who's going to bring one branch and use the rest? No, everything that was at the crime scene was from the crime scene except the gun and the knife. Okay? That's what the perpetrator brought, a gun and a knife. Didn't bring anything else. There's no staging of, or not staging, but no proof of any kind of ceremony going on. Nothing was brought in. There weren't paint wasn't painted on the trees. They didn't bring in ropes. They didn't bring in banners. They didn't have seats they sat around a fire with. I mean, there's just nothing there that shows any kind of setup. It doesn't even sound like anything's being staged to me either. It just seems to me like this is just a bunch of stuff that's just tossed around. Okay? But as I said, I haven't seen the sticks. I don't know where the sticks were in the bodies, and I haven't seen the what they claim is a rune on the tree and blood. But now Court TV came out today, and they had on Barbara McDonald from down the hill, and she had some interesting information to bring about the sticks and the blood, because she'd talked with whomever, and they gave her depictions of these things. This is from the police, depictions of exactly what these things look like. But let me start with this one first. This was a thing made up by Court TV people, and it represents what the defense says this looked like. All right. Now, mind you, this is Court TV, and somebody in Court TV was given this little project. And so they read the stuff and they said, okay, I think this line is here, this branch is here, and this branch is there. I have no idea how accurate it is. However, I have heard what they're saying. And so basically, we have on the left, we have this supposed, this is the concoction that is supposed to be a rune on the left. And on the right, this rune is, it's kind of more runey, you know what I mean? If look at that triangle. Oh my God, that's meaningful, And look at it does look so placed, doesn't it? And back over at Abby, she's got some of those little deer things coming out of her head. So this is what the defense says. These are two runes from this Odinist religion. Now, this is what from the woman from down the hill, the producer from down the hill, says she got depictions from the police. All right, on the left is a depiction of the sticks sitting on Abby, and on the right are the sticks that were laying on Libby. As you note, they aren't so perfect on the left, and on the right, they really just look like a bunch of crap. I don't even see that perfect V anyplace. It just looks like some stuff was laid on top. I don't see these are runes in any way, shape, or form. They just look like some sticks that somebody tossed on top of the girls. So I'm going to rate the rune thing here. I'll give that a D. Why do I give it a D? Because I could have made E for effort, but because he likes sticks, and on his Facebook page there are sticks on the ground in some forms. You know what I mean? Some sticks on the ground, and he thought, oh, that's cool. So they found some sticks on top of Libby and Abby that they say are runes. I'll give them a D because they don't look like runes. They look like sticks that are dumped there. All right. Something they were starting to cover up the bodies or just toss something. I have no idea. And let me tell you something. Everybody wants to get inside the minds of a killer. A lot of times you can't, because they don't even know what the heck they're doing. They start doing something. Oh, I think this will be cool. Oh, wait, I don't have time to finish that. Whoop, they're gone. Or I could start a fire. Oh, wait, I don't have any accelerant. What an idiot. We don't know. So I'll give him a D because at least in his, this poor guy who has an alibi and has nothing that links him to the crime, at least he's got some pictures of sticks on his website. So I'll give him a D. Now, let's go on to the blood on the tree. So the blood on the tree is supposed to be an F, and it's supposed to represent, I forgot. I don't care anymore. It's supposed to represent something in Odinism. And so I'm like, well, what kind of blood, written on, what is it? This is what it looked like. Well, okay, I'm looking at it now. Looks to me like somebody had blood on their hand, touched the tree. Blood on something, and those are blood drops that just happen to be in those places. It looks like something. Maybe some cast off stuff if you want to go there. Could be from a knife. I don't know. Somebody could have flicked the knife at it, then touched it. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to get into blood spatter patterns here. Okay, because I'm not going to analyze it that hard because that's not the purpose. Purpose here is that it was supposedly drawn. That don't look drawn to me, folks. But this is what they claim it is. Really? Get out of here. This is like bad handwriting analysis. You know, it's like, let's take something and then cover it up with another letter and say that that letter matches. There is nothing that matches whatsoever. Look at them side by side. Get out of here. Oh, I laugh again at the defense. So this is what I didn't know yesterday. What do I rate the blood on the tree? That's a solid F. That is stupid. That's just plain stupid. Oh my God. There's somebody out there who's going to believe this crap, mind you, but that's why they're doing it. They don't care if everybody believes it. They don't only need somebody. A few of them, when they hit the jury, they're going to go, maybe. F. So the defense in all their documents, I have not changed my mind since the first day. Only now I'm even more sure it's ludicrous because nothing at that crime scene to me says runes. Nothing at that crime scene looks like a ceremonial sacrifice of young girls. Nothing connects this man to the crime at all, nor any of his friends. And, I don't, somebody's going to say, well, somebody in town said this and said that. Yeah, people say crap. The police investigate. They cleared him. All right, they cleared him. And none of the police saw anything at the scene that looked like sacrificial crap. They didn't. They all thought it was just somebody threw a bunch of stuff around, touched a tree. So the defense has not convinced me in any way, shape, or form. I hope they haven't convinced you. But I'm not going to say it doesn't. They're doing this for a reason. One is to get the evidence thrown out. Two is because they're doing a trial by media. They're coming out and throwing out everything into the media so that everybody is tainted who will show up at that trial. Any jury member has already seen all this stuff. And I think this is wrong. I think everything should be shut down. The gag order and everything. I think this is ridiculous. The U.S. way of not stopping the media from saying these things and not leaking crap and all this stuff. This should not be happening, but it does, and that's why we have juries that are tainted, and it's bad practice. And three, I don't think they have a good defense for him because I think there's enough to convict him. Now, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying I think at the moment, from what I'm seeing, they probably have a very good case. The prosecution should be able to put on a good case unless they get an idiot in the jury box. So that's it. I wanted to bring that one to you today because I couldn't ignore what I saw. So overall, if it comes between a D and an F, going with an F. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. Please do hit the bell for notifications. Check my playlist and come back at some point and see what else I've got to say about this. And I'm not sure. We'll see what they come up with next. Bye.